conversation. So now we're live. Hello, YouTube. I am Bruna, and this is Talk and Talk, a conversation platform where we come to communicate in English, Spanish, French, and Italian. This conversation here is not a class, it's just a talk, which means we're going to speak in English 100% of the time, and nobody here is going to correct, to judge, or to do something bad to each other. It's just a safe place to talk. Well, I am Bruna, I live in São Paulo with my family. I work here as a community manager and also as a teacher. I like dancing, I like studying languages. I've been studying Spanish now, and it's been a tough journey, but I'm doing it. What else? I think that's all about me. I like purple. I like being on Instagram all the time, sharing things on my close friends and like talking to my close friends and as if they were here with me. I think that's it. How about you, Maria? Share with us who you are.
Oh, I am from Recife. I like to ride bikes. I have a bike here behind me, but I not ride much bike now because it was raining and here in my street is very terrible to to get a bike and go away. There's a lot of water. And my favorite color is red. I like that red, the bloody red. I think it's a nice color, and I don't know much more.
What is your favorite food?
Oh, I love lasagna and ice cream, but I have milk intolerance, so I need to eat ice cream with what milk. But at home, I eat ice cream with milk.
Because you are in a safe place. If an I liked it. Like if an accident happens, at least you're at home, right? Yes, I
Yes.
feel you. I loved it. Thank you so much for sharing. How about you, Breno? If you want to, like you can share the favorite foods too and the color, like things we don't usually share here.
Yeah, my favorite food is definitely junk food. Doesn't matter what. It could be pizza, hamburger, or whatever. Uh, and but curiously, the food that I like most to experience was a Mexican food that I ate a few years ago in a real Mexican restaurant. The restaurant was built by Mexicans and managed by Mexicans, but it's not located in Mexico at all. But it's a really Mexican, restaurant. It's not like sometimes in Brazil we have those Japanese restaurants that they are Brazilian restaurants that made their own kind of sushi in a Brazilian way. So that's not the vibe. But yeah, I like those kinds of food. And yeah, I like to drink juices a lot, as I don't drink. I don't drink beer or alcohol at all. I don't like it. And I don't smoke as well, but I like to drink juices like how can I say that name is a smoothie, you have those kinds of juices. And I know how to do a really good smoothie because I learned it when I was in Brazil. We had this restaurant that they built this smoothie and they sell it for 10 reais or 15 reais, and it's just 300 ml. It's not too much. And I was like, what? I can do that. And then I did.
Yeah, and it's nice because like nowadays over the internet, like you can find a lot of people teaching these like famous
recipes. Yeah, exactly.
Recipes, like make these Starbucks coffee at
exactly,
home,
Exactly.
Totally feel you. Thank you so much for sharing. And let's start then like talking about the traditions and the culture, customs and everything. In the first question, I wrote, I want to know from you if tradition and culture, if they are the same thing or if they are different. Maybe you can bring something about customs too. Let's start thinking about this. What do you think about it, Breno?
Not the same at all. Although culture is generally known as a characteristic of a country or a company or in a specific area in the globe, tradition is more like a part of the culture, you know? So it's like more specific. For example, here in my family, we can have the tradition to eat something on Fridays. Or, for example, my neighbors sometimes when we are coming back from church on Sunday service, they like to take me to the coffee shop and then we drink this coffee. And then they call it tradition, you know? Because last Sunday I asked them to take me to Burger King, and then they say to me, "Hey, let's not break the tradition." So it's just an example. It's just an example. So yeah, I like to talk about those topics a lot, and I would say that in general is like that. But of course, you can have some traditions in companies, for example, but it's more like they are similar, but it's not the same.
Yeah, maybe the culture is something wider than the tradition, right? Like I think it involves more than just following a tradition, right? Like other things. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
And I loved this tradition you mentioned you have with your neighbor. That's really nice. Maria, how do you see this? Do you agree with Breno and me?
Yes, I agree with you guys. Because culture, I think that is a small part of the society or a small group. They build their culture, and this is past for many years. But it is a thing that will be changed because culture is life. They change a lot, and they grow and die with the people in this that with the people that share this culture. And traditional, I think it's more like static, like Breno was said about their friend that don't want to change the traditional. But but this is a small example. When I think in traditional, I think like religions traditionals, family traditional that don't change. They don't reflect and question about why we do this. We just do this because this is our traditional. But this is also a thing that grown inside of everything. It is a thing that inside of the another one.
I loved what you said. Yes. Sometimes we don't rethink the traditions we are following. Like our family has some, I don't know, everybody gathers by the end of the year, but like sometimes you don't like someone, you don't want to be there, you don't feel comfortable. But do I really need to follow this? Like, do I really need to be there if they don't respect me or something like this? Or why am I like, I feel that we don't question stuff when we are following tradition. So it's really nice what you said. I totally agree with you. And the culture is always changing, right? Like uh we have it in the cities, in the years, right? Like I don't know, the 20s has their culture, and the 10s had other culture. It's really really nice, and it varies according to the place, to the years, right? It's really interesting. I loved it. Guys, what do you think is something big? I don't know if it's the most important or like something that you think it's big that our culture has given to the world. It's the third one, Brazilian culture.
The first thing that I think it is about our personal touch. We are very touchable person. I don't know what word to say that, but we are very friendly and passionate about the things, and I imagine that when we start to sharing our life with another people from different culture, they know they feeling or touchable way. I don't know much about this because I don't live with people from different countries, but I imagine that we are very touchable and expression. We like to talk about our feelings and share with another people these moments. And I don't know if this happening too with another different cultures.
Yes, that's really nice. I don't know if it's just Brazil, but I've heard that mainly the Latin American cultures has this, we have this, I don't know, like welcoming vibe, right? Like everybody's like really welcoming, which I think it's really, really good. It's interesting because I was talking to someone, to a friend these days, that a lot of people, like here in São Paulo, we have, it's, everybody's a bit cold, you know, like you don't feel this way, but at the same time, we have nice friends here. Like it's a bit weird because the city brings this idea that everything is fast, but at the same time, we have nice connections. I don't know how to explain. So but I totally feel what you said, Maria, about like the country itself. I think he, like with other people and like someone new comes in, it's like we are welcoming. I think that's my big
Yes, this is the
word.
word, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome,
Yeah.
because I know some people from São Paulo, and yes, they are very I forgot the word that you used to describe São
Not
Paulo.
cold, but like
Yes,
reserved, maybe.
yes,
Reserved and cold.
reserved.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
be reserved. You continue to people in São Paulo continue to be friendly with people from different countries, because
Yeah.
there are a lot of different cultures inside of São Paulo. Different people from different countries, and they continue to be friendly and
Yes.
welcome.
I don't know how to explain it. That's interesting. Breno, what do you think? Do you agree with my idea, or like, can you think of something else besides this welcoming energy?
At first, I was thinking about some work that Brazil did to other countries. So I remember, for example, the planes by, but it's not about that. And it's really interesting, your point. I like it because then it turns out that I remember that we are really work around people. For example, as we face so many problems and struggles in life, mostly, of course, I'm talking about the general, the average of the Brazilians. But as we faced so many problems, we had to overcome. So I think we work around. I think we have to be learn how to figure it out, and then so because of that we are flexible. So if we face some problems abroad, for example, in another situation, we will find a way to figure out it. So yeah, in Portuguese we have this expression, desenrolado, sabe? So
Yeah, maybe adaptable in
mhm.
English. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, adaptable. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like always, like figuring things out and like just finding a way to handle stuff. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I was thinking also of music. I can't forget to mention it. I think art in general, not just music, it's something really amazing that we gave to the world, like samba. I am a bit suspect because I love samba. No, I'm a bit suspicious. I'm sorry, that's the word. I am a bit suspicious because I just love Brazilian music and samba and pagode. Just my favorite kind of music, my favorite genre. So it's amazing. And yeah, to me, that's something important too. Well, now thinking of the customs and the traditions we have here, maybe now that I think each one of us is from like a different place, so we can think of traditions and like customs from our places, our cities. What are, or maybe in general too, let's bring the ideas we have. What are some of the most important customs of the country? And if you follow them, share with us. Let's start with you, Breno.
I was born in countryside of Maranhão, so I am really familiar with their customs. So I would say that it's not too different, but we may listen to forró, and we like to hang out on the weekends somewhere, especially somewhere where has water around, like a lake or beaches. I always struggle with that word. I'm sorry.
It's
And
okay.
then yeah, because it's too hot, so we rather go to pools or lakes and places like that. And then people likes to listen to forró, and some of them drink and eat fish or eat meat in general, and like churrasco, and I like it a lot. I like, you know what, it's interesting because when I was living in Brazil, especially in the countryside, uh, I didn't put too much attention on that subject. But then when I moved here, sometimes I like to play on my Spotify, on the Spotify, some songs that I used to listen, because it brings me memories, good memories. So yeah, that's so interesting, especially memories from my childhood. As I consider myself, I'm a nostalgic person. So yeah, I really like to come back, and remember those times. And I didn't follow that much when I was living in Brazil, in the Northeast. I didn't went to, show for hall and etc. But I sometimes I like to listen to some music just by myself.
Jürgen, yes, I loved it. And yeah, it's really nice what you said, because I think the place influences a lot too, like the place where you live influences a lot the way you are going to follow these customs and these traditions, right? Like here in São Paulo, like I don't know, things that are like really common is going to like mainly in Carnival, like going to see the parades and everything. This is something I have always been used to doing with my parents, like not just going to see the parades themselves, but like going to samba. My parents have always danced, so this is something we always do, like go to ballrooms, to balls, to dance. And it's something common here in São Paulo, but it's not everybody, like at least not my close friends, they don't do this, but I know like there are a lot of people doing this here in the city. I would say Carnival is the most important here in São Paulo, because like the other celebrations, they are from other cultures, like for example at Liberdade, which is a neighborhood here, there are some like Japanese festivals or like Chinese festivals. I don't know, something really São Paulo face. I think it's Carnival, or maybe Virada Cultural too is it's like a concert, like there are a lot of
I
concerts and
went
it's
to a
amazing
Virada
too.
Cultural once. few
it's
long time ago. Yeah, I like
yeah.
reggae. Sometimes they played some Rasta reggae, roots
Yeah.
reggae, and I like it.
Yes, there are a lot of big countries, and it's a big chance to see huge
Exactly.
artists for free, right? It's amazing. Yeah. I don't know if it's a custom, yeah, but I'm just sharing São Paulo's culture. Maria,
It's hard
share with
to say just one thing about
yeah,
São Paulo,
it is.
right?
It's impossible. Thank you. Maria, share with us in your city. Forró
Uh,
too or something different?
oh, here forró is very traditional, but sertanejo universitário is not. But forró here is very traditional because São João is a very huge party here in Pernambuco. But frevo and the carnival is I think is the most important party, or maybe the second, because Sejong is also very important. And here in my country, because we have this joke, Pernambuco country, we made a lot of culture movement. We have a lot of culture movement like Mangue Beat and Armorial movement, and we have a lot of parties and traditionals. And I don't know. Well, I was thinking about that Breno said about when we go out from our local place, and I don't go to the carnival because there are a lot of people there, and I don't feel very good with a lot of people around me, but I grew up inside of the carnival. My aunts, they love carnival, and they get us, me and my some of my um, primos, I forgot the word.
Cousins?
And yes, this and they get us to the carnival to fill in the party, and the kiddies parties, but the party in general from during all the carnival. So I grew up in this environment, but when I was, I don't know, with 15, I didn't go anymore. But maybe if if I don't live here, I I I will I will miss this, because this is a very important moment here in my city and in my family, but I don't go because there's a lot of people. But it is a very important moment here, the carnival, and be together with another people and listen our music.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, I was thinking of something here because the World Cup going to start next week or this week. I'm not sure. Like it's coming, and I was talking to my friends because over the internet, I have seen a lot of people like talking about the games, So I want to know from you if you have any tradition during the World Cup, or if you do something, like, oh, I am planning something. I'm going to meet my friends. I'm going to do this, and that. Do you like these like moments too? I feel this is really Brazilian, everybody together, like watching the game and like really rooting for the for the team. Share with us, Breno. How is it for
I
you?
used to have that more in the past because time has changed. So I remember that I started doing, um, uh, I started having those experience when I was a kid with my parents and family, and then I cannot remember exactly. Yes, I do remember, to be honest, but it was just me and wife and the latest World Cup at home watching because no one has invited us to come to their house, so we watched the World Cup at home. But we always try to stay connected to someone on Twitter, for example, chatting about the the play itself, and we always wear Brazil jersey as well. So I think that using the Brazilian jersey and stay connected to someone is our tradition nowadays. But of course, if someone invite me to come, I will really enjoy to join, you know.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes, and it's really nice. I am thinking about it because in December I'm going to travel, and we are going to watch a match, and I don't have any jersey to wear. I don't know what I'm what I'm going to wear to this match. I don't have like a green shirt or anything like this in like the colors, you know. So yeah, maybe I will wear something black, which is
Oh,
my
black,
favorite
no,
color.
no, black, no,
No,
no.
sorry.
I
Bad
think
vibes.
yes, yes. I think black's not good for the
Maybe
game.
white. Okay, okay.
Yes, maybe
And
white.
and you may do
I
you
I
like this moment? Share with us.
I don't understand anything about the game, the football. I was asking for my boss because the game we can go out and watch a game and return after the game to work and the stuff he said about you have 2 hours to come back and I don't know how much time during the game. So I don't know what time the game will be ends. But I know that I need to come back until 2 hours to start to work again.
Well, the game usually lasts 2 hours, like because they're like 45 minutes in the first part and like 45
Mm,
45 in the second part. So around 2 hours, but sometimes a bit more because of the advertisements and the extra time. I have no idea how to say this. If the penalties happen, it takes more.
mm, mm.
It's really, yeah,
Very
yeah.
difficult.
But I totally feel you. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
when
Yeah,
yes,
go
I
ahead.
know when it is the goal. Okay, now I know, but the rest I don't know. I don't know.
It's
And
okay.
yes, and I don't have the Brazil t-shirt because
Yeah.
the difficult that it is to wear this t-shirt. uh, but yes, I was trying to buy the red t-shirt, the red, yes, but
Good
I don't
idea.
find that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I will do this. And it I think this is my worry too. Like it's sad to think about it, but the political situation and everything, I must confess I am a bit afraid of wearing this and being misunderstood.
No,
And
now it is the World Cup. I think everybody will be wearing the t-shirt.
that's true. Yeah.
A lot of place here in my street now it
So I need
is
to buy it.
green and yellow, and I think it
You
is
know what?
for the World Cup.
Go ahead, Ben.
I just remember now something really nice from my childhood that people, I don't know if it happens in São Paulo because it's a huge city, but in my city, in my town, people usually paint the whole street in red, green and yellow, and I like it a lot. It's a good
Yes.
memory.
Yes, I think this is more common when we are talking about like neighborhoods full of houses. Like I don't know, like here I live in a building, like in a condo, so there isn't anything, any celebration, any paintings, you know. But I know when we are talking about houses, you know, and like I don't know, yeah, houses. it's more
Did you always
common,
lived
right?
in condos, Bruna,
Yes, always.
during your whole life?
Yes, I always say I am an apartment girl.
Okay.
Yeah, very sad.
And you, Maria, you too?
No, I always live at house, and it is the same, like Breno said.
It's funny because when, oh, sorry.
No, I was
Okay,
saying that
it's
that is
funny
the
because,
same here. Here, everybody paint their houses and paint
yeah,
the streets. Yes.
That's good.
it's funny because when I was a kid, I always dreamed about living in, buildings like Bruna, because I thought it was so cool, because when I was from the countryside and we didn't have too much buildings there. It's just houses. And then might be so cool. And then I moved to the capital, São Luís, so I had a chance to live in buildings, and it was not so cool as I expected.
So
And you
it's
know
not
what?
cool.
For other people, especially here in North America, it's just a curiosity. There is an expression for apartment people. It's not, it's not a good, it's esqueci até em português como é que fala essa palavra, meu Deus. É pejorativo.
Yes.
And that's sad, yeah.
Yes. No, but
Because
I totally feel.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Because in the North America they have a lot of houses and
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
have buildings. Yes.
Yeah, but it's especially in United States. I'm not sure if it happens here in Canada, but United States apartment people are considered, poor people, and they suck sometimes. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, because the house is very a rich thing.
Yeah, they
The
feel superior
neighborhood.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, guys, I must confess it's not amazing. It's interesting because I feel that when we live in buildings like apartments and everything, we don't create connection with other people. Everybody's there like living in their own places. Like I don't know, like I've been living here since February. I know my neighbors a little bit, like just hi, good night, like just the greetings, but we don't talk to each other. And I feel that it's not that when you live in a house, you're going to be like best friends with your neighbors, but I feel the connection is bigger, when you live in houses, like you count on each other more.
Very strange. I was thinking that is the opposite.
Yeah, we tend to think that it's opposite, but it's not, because when you are living in condos, you normally don't see much people come in and out from their homes.
That's it. Really interesting, right? I loved it. Guys, I wanna skip to the question number, it's talking about age, number 7. Do you think younger people feel the same about following these traditions, or it's harder for them to do this? How was it for you, like when you were younger? It's worse now that you are bigger. Do you think the age influences stuff?
I would say that culture changes with time, and the time itself, it's a part of culture, because when you are, for example, watching a timeline of the world and on YouTube, on a YouTube video, for example, you can see that in the hundreds, people usually dress in a certain way, and then today they dress differently. So of course, the time has an influence, and the generations has an influence in the culture. But I think that some traditions are too strong to be forget. For example, in Brazil, we have the Brazilian culture, and in the south of Brazil, we have the tradition of mate. I don't know how is it in other, but people like, chimarrão, for example. So I would say that everything around could change, but chimarrão itself would stay, because they are really proud about that. And the family sometimes they teach the kids about the tradition of chimarrão, for example. So as all the family are involved to, all the family is involved to teach the new generation, they can, handle better the situation. But in general, new generations are changing the way of the day-to-day life is being it has been done.
Definitely, definitely. And it's nice what you said, because I feel that mostly schools and families are responsible for like trying to keep some things, like I was talking other day here about folklore. Like this is something we learn at school, and then like we grow up and we just don't talk about it anymore. I don't know about you, but I don't talk about folklore anymore. And it's really weird because it's something is historical. It's Brazilian culture, but we don't bring this to table anymore. So it's interesting
And people rather to talk
think
about Halloween, which has nothing to do with Brazil.
Yes, definitely. And
Yes.
like, what about folklore? Like what about Curupira, Boto? It's interesting to think about that. So I feel schools and like families are responsible for doing it, but I don't feel young people they don't want to follow it. I think it's the opposite, like when we are children, we follow things more than when we grow up. So I used it to do some stuff when I was younger, and nowadays I don't do this anymore because I don't worry anymore about it. I don't know about you how it is, but that's how I feel nowadays. What do you think, Maria?
Yes, I agree with you. And I was thinking about Monteiro Lobato. The kids now don't grow anymore with Se do Pica-Pau Amarelo and this stuff. Monteiro Lobato, it is not a good person, but
I was about to
he,
say that.
yes, but he is important in the divulgation. I think the name is not that, but sharing about or or our culture and our folklore. But we don't have this media creation for share this knowledge. And I don't know if in school they are know about this, they are learning about this, because and now with the change of the the school, I don't know the word, the school plan,
Mhm.
now change the school plan. Maybe the folklore knowledge is not anymore in the plan, because this is not will be talking about this in the name. I don't know. It's terrible. It's very terrible. They only learn things to do a test in the end of the school to enter in a university, and they don't learn anymore about the history of the city or the state or the country or the people. Is very very sad. This when I was at school, when I was a kid, I learned about the Pernambuco history. Because of that, I know about a lot of things here. We are very barrista. I don't know the word in English, but yes, we learn a lot of about our history, and I don't know if the kids now will learn this too.
It's interesting what you said. I think the exams, for example, in Maine, they are worried about these things. I don't know if you saw some of the questions, or like the subject of the essay. It was about like tradition, population, comunidade, something like this. So I forgot the title. Oh gosh, yeah, but but it was talking about like traditional
População
groups.
originária. Yes,
Yes,
that.
yes, 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 yes. Like, so it was talking about like traditional groups and communities, which is really important, like trying to bring this. I don't know if they are forgetting it in general, but I totally agree with your worries, this new system, this new, I don't know, this new model of education is it's weird, like always focusing on being productive and like on the, I don't know, like the technical stuff and like forgetting culture. It's really weird. But I know it's working in high school, right? I know in elementary school it's still the same way. So I don't know.
I
I
don't
can,
know either.
yeah, yeah, but like I can see a lot of teachers worried about it, about the culture and other things. So maybe I I have some hope on educators. It's not everybody, but I can see a lot of people doing a nice job. Yeah. Well, I think we can go to the last one. Let's think of your family now. What are important traditions you have in your family? Breno.
We normally, well, my parents, they are divorced, so on my dad's part, they normally um, reunion on Sundays. They meet on Sundays to hang out at my grandma's home, and then they just have their lunch there, almost for us. And I used to do that every Sunday when I was there. And my mom's part, I can't remember now, but they normally uh meet on it's really, to be honest, it's really standard. They just reunion on the Christmas, in the Christmas, for example.
Yes. Do you have any tradition like in your house with your wife, like something you always do?
Oh yeah, my current family, good point. Yeah. Yeah. I will pass that to Maria, and then I will
Okay,
have more
okay,
time to think about
okay.
it.
Okay. And you, Maria, does your family also gather in on weekends? How is it for you?
My parents is also divorced, and and I have two different traditional in my family. Mother, my grandmother loved to cook, so at Sunday when she wasn't at work, she cooked a lot of different food. The most case was cake. She cooked a lot of cake. But at San João, she cooked all foods from San João. San João moment she cooked, and I love San João food. But in my father family, they love carnival. So carnival, everybody go to the block and dance in the block and this stuff. I go to the street, and when my aunt grandmother, I don't know the word. It is the sister of my grandmother. So they are my, I don't know the word.
Aunt, grand aunt,
I don't
like
know.
tia-avó.
Yes, tia-avó.
Yes, grand aunt, maybe, I don't know.
Yes, grand out. When my grand outs are leave it, they be together on Sunday forgot the word for caranguejo, but to eat a lot of different foods, goat and this stuff, because they are from the countryside, so they get some food from there and bring to to Recife, to everybody to eat together and talk about the life of the people in the countryside. What was funny. But now my family is me and my boyfriend, and I don't know. We made some brigadeiro and watch films.
Which is great too. It's a great tradition.
Yes.
Very good. I loved it. Yes, I liked it, guys. And you, Breno, could you think?
Yeah, I remember now. We have this morning hug every day, religiously, when we wake up. We hug each other, and then we can start the day. It's
That's
like,
it.
yeah, it's a tradition, and then it's turning into a tradition. But it was it was not planned, you know. It was yeah, it was not planned that always in her birthday we are traveling. It happens. It turns out that every birthday, her birthday, we are traveling. I don't know why. And for sure, next birthday we will be traveling, even if just close, you know, just in the city close to here.
I
But
loved
in
it.
your birthday, you don't travel?
No, no. It just, as I said, it's spontaneous, you know. It
It's like a
spontaneously.
coincidence. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a coincidence, and it's happening for at least the past 2 years, and then I think that this year we are gonna do the same.
Yeah, like maybe now like you can do it intentionally, you know, like, oh, okay, so
Yeah, yeah.
let's make this as a tradition. That's cute. I loved the morning hug. That's really cute. I here in my family, I don't know, like it's most of the time it's my parents, my brother and me. I think we don't have any tradition. Like something we usually do is cooking together. Like every 2 weeks we cook the meals to the next 2 weeks, like my meat. And it's not a tradition, it's something we need to do because we need to eat. But it's nice because we like chop the vegetables together, you know. It's a good moment. And I think that's it, guys. I don't know. I like to go out with my parents to dance. It's just me and my parents because my brother doesn't dance. And it's really good to be with them and to dance with them. I feel it's something we do every weekend. You know, we even if we don't go out to dance in a place, we dance together at home. You know, like just like play some song and you start dancing together, you know, in the living room. It's really nice and cute, and yeah, it's good. Well, guys, I will ask you the last one. We just have 3 minutes, and it's a quick advice. If a group of people just came to Brazil from other places, what advice would you give them? Short words, Maria. Someone is visiting Brazil. What advice would you give?
Try to go to a city in a different region from Brazil and eat the local food.
Great advice. Eat local food. Great, great, great. And you, Breno?
Have a backup plan. You know, like think twice, because the first options are not always the best ones. Probably I've heard that for a friend here in Canada that he went to travel, and then when he arrived, people was inviting him uh, to go to somewhere where it's expensive, but she might go to another place which is better option and more affordable.
Yeah, I saw a guy these days like talking that it's good to talk to the locals, you know, like where do they like to go? Like, what is a restaurant you usually go and like hear from the
Yeah, and
locals,
it's
not
not in
like
Brazil,
from the
but
internet.
elsewhere. Yeah, not
Go
only in
ahead.
Brazil.
Yeah, yeah. In all places, I totally agree with you. Guys, such an amazing conversation. I really liked talking to you this morning. Here's the link to the survey. I hope you have enjoyed too. But anyway, it was really good to see you here again. It's been a while since we talked for the last time. So thank you for being here. And Maria too. Really good to have you here. I hope you get better from your backache. And if you are watching us on YouTube, it's I hope you can I hope you enjoyed this talk. If you want to take classes, you can find more information on talkandtalk.com.br. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great
Thank you.
Wednesday and see you.